Member for Mallee.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And I do note the comments made by the member for Perth. Of course, this is political. And the fact is that it is sad that the Minister herself is not here to respond to this MPI. This is a serious issue. We take it seriously on this side. There is no illusion on our side that Optus has no responsibility. Clearly, Optus is responsible, but the Minister is where the buck stops, and that is our point. And to continually walk away and say, pointing the finger at Optus and say they're responsible, not me, is absolutely unacceptable. There is nowhere for the Minister to hide. The buck stops, however, with the Minister, not Optus, not the department and not her staff. We know how serious the outage was. 4 people died. 4 Australians who are no longer with us due to this government's failings, and that is a fact. Labor can point the finger at Optus, but of course it wasn't Optus's first outage, it was their second. The first, over 18 months ago, was investigated by Richard Bean, who produced a report with 18 recommendations, an outage that happened on this government's watch. Yet despite all of that, this negligent Albanese Labor Government allowed another failure to happen on their watch. Westminster tradition, one of the core foundations of this place, make it very clear that the buck stops with the Minister. Yet ministerial accountability in the Albanese Labor government is about as strong as a regional mobile phone signal, flaky at best. We are talking today about arguably Australia's most trusted brand, the 000 telephone number. Australians rely on 000 to ensure that an ambulance, a fire engine, a police officer arrives to assist them as fast as possible. And let's remember how thin the emergency services workforce is in regional Australia. Farmers, Indigenous Australians and small rural town residents live even further from an emergency service than metropolitan Australians. Regional remoteness is exacerbated by the lack of reliable mobile phone signal, or no signal at all. This government has been in office for over 3 years, yet we do not have a fit-for-purpose universal service obligation for the 21st century. Telecommunications is an essential service and has been for some time, no different to potable water supply, sewage and electricity. Without reliable telecommunications, people can get sick and they can die, particularly in regional Australia. Yet when I moved amendments to make regional telecommunications a specific focus of the new 000 custodian, Labor weren't interested. They expect regional Australians to trust the government to look out for their interests. Regional Australians have plenty of reasons not to do that. Everywhere you look at the Labor brand at federal and state levels, from the reckless renewables rollout to imposing new taxes in Victoria during a drought period until they were shamed in giving farmers a 1-year break, regional Australians cannot trust Labor to look out for their interests. Regional Australians have seen centralisation and closure of local services under Labor governments, particularly in health services. Adding insult to injury, the same Labor governments that have undermined local emergency services have allowed, twice on their watch, the 000 service to fail. Regional Australians need reliable 000 service, as do all Australians. There is no debate or question about that. I am proud to be part of a coalition on this side of the House with our colleagues in the Senate, applying the blowtorch of accountability to this government on its failings on our most essential service, 000. Deputy Speaker, summer is coming in less than 2 months' time, and in my electorate of Mallee, the fire danger period tends to start by the end of October, just a couple of weeks from now. I urge the government to work with the